Ordinary average guy podcast show. Hey everybody, it's episode number 13 of the Ordinary Average Guy podcast show, and we are coming at you previously recorded from the Buxty Hootie Studios. And yeah, that's right, I said we because I have my assistant, aka co-host, occasionally, Cassadilla.
Hey.
There it is. Want to say something about your week?
I don't. Back to school. It was back to school.
Back to school. That's
Well, was it back to school or that was 2 weeks ago?
that was last 2 weeks ago.
Well, this is first full week.
First full week, and they already had a long weekend. Boy, to be back in school. What I'm talking about?
Yeah. I feel like I am back in school.
Cassadilla, you're a stay-at-home mom, aren't you?
Yep.
What do you like most about being a stay-at-home mom?
Wearing these leggings all day.
Okay. Now you have 2 out of the 3 kids are going to be in school. So what's your
Let's just say we, not you.
What?
Our kids. You're making it sound like they're not our kids.
What did I say?
You said you have 2 out of 3 kids.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Right. So we have 2 out of the 3 kids in school. What are you going to do?
Part-time. Part-time
Part-time.
is the middle one.
The second child is part-time. So what are you going to do when they're in school? And you just have the youngest one.
Well, tomorrow we are going to the building for kids, and we're doing a early explorers program.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, aren't you just an awesome woman? Right?
Yeah, I guess.
See, I'm nice to you. What do you ever when you're home? Do you ever drink wine during the day?
No, I don't drink wine during the day.
You don't ever do anything like that, huh?
Diet Coke is as hard as it gets.
You ever go in the backyard and smoke cigs?
I'd like to, but no.
But just Diet Coke, huh?
Yep.
This week I was thinking about a topic this week, and I was thinking about vices. Do you know what a vice is?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What is it?
Something that you, I don't know, need to get through the day.
Some vices are worse than others. Do you have any vices?
Diet Coke.
Diet Coke. Diet Coke is your only vice.
I'm trying to kick it though.
Why are you trying to kick it?
Well, I don't know. It's not good for you, but it tastes really good.
So explain that to me, though, why it's not good for you. Because there's no calories in it. There's no sugar in it. So what's...
Well, it's a dark soda, so it's bad for your teeth, for one.
Okay. And you got some big old chompers there. You got to keep nice and white, right?
F you, man.
Well, you got nice teeth.
Yeah, you didn't say big old chompers doesn't sound like nice teeth.
I was
God.
thinking about...
Watch, I'll throw you right back under the bus.
You're going to throw me under the bus. How are you going to do that?
I don't know. Just keep talking.
Okay, I'll just edit it out. You took your pigtails out.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like the pigtails. I'm going to talk about some vices that I have that I'm trying to kick. By the time April rolls around, I want to have no vices. None. Do you think that's even possible? Does everybody have a vice, even if they don't even know it?
I would say.
Like,
as simple as coffee.
No, well, that's one of my vices. Do you know? Here's my number one vice is coffee, followed by sugar. Sugar, as we all know, if you're listeners to the podcast, you know that I'm addicted to sugar. But coffee. Do you know that I was drinking coffee since I was like in 7th grade?
You told me that, but I never actually believed you.
Yeah, it's a true story. I would drink it. My grandma and grandpa would give it to me.
In black, you would drink it?
I would drink it white or
What? What?
not white. I would put milk in it. I'd put milk in it when I was younger, and then I decided that if I'm gonna be a coffee drinker, I want to be a black coffee drinker. No, nothing
Yeah, I
added.
can't do that.
Because you never did drink coffee until you met me.
No, I never. I made myself like coffee after we had our second kid
Why was that?
because I anticipated I was going to be tired, and I didn't want to wake up and drink a Diet Coke in the morning. so
So
I made myself like coffee.
so you didn't even like
I didn't
coffee.
like it. I would. I could drink like a fancy drink, or like something like a mocha or something. But I never went to Starbucks and got stuff like that ever.
So then you decided that you were going to become a coffee drinker at
Yeah, I remember.
2 years old or whatever.
I was like, I just started breastfeeding. This seems like a great time to add more caffeine into my life.
Oh, and that's when you're not supposed to have caffeine.
Yeah, exactly. That
So
was
you-
a joke.
Oh, oh, gotcha. Yeah, I was drinking coffee since I was a little kid, eating sugar, obviously, since I was a little kid. Been really trying to cut back on I've talked about the added sugar and sugar in general, but been really cutting back on it. I think I've been doing a pretty good job at it. Do you
The
agree?
sugar?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know. Like you do most of your mowing down in the office, so.
I mowing down.
Well, just there's a lot of people that bring treats in at your office, so I guess.
Well, so you know how it's funny that you started drinking coffee at an old age, and I started these zins,
Yeah, I know the Zins, aka Daddy Mints, is what we call them at our house.
Yeah. So I'm not a smoker. I've talked about how I think smoking's cool, but I'm not an actual smoker, nor was I ever a chewer. I never chewed tobacco. But last 2 Julys ago, I started.
It's two
2 Julys
yeah,
ago
well, it
already.
was last summer.
Yeah, last summer. I started buying Zins because they say that Zin is not a sin. So I buy. So if you don't know what a Zin is, I'm sure you do, because all the cool people are doing
Also,
it.
while he's talking about this, he's got it in his hand, admiring the container. I should also.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I love them, and I've been in heated debates with people about how they're bad for you, and I don't think they are. I really don't. I'm looking at the contents right now. It contains nicotine and other food grade ingredients. I don't know what the other food grade ingredients are, but it just contains nicotine. That's all it contains. And all my
and
research.
that's a great thing.
But all my research has found that nicotine in its pure form isn't even bad for you. It's actually good for you.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
Well, I don't think a lot of people started the Zyn Vice when they were 35 years old, but I was told that they'll help me lose weight.
And has it?
No, not really.
And now you just have a new addiction
Yeah.
for nothing. And you're still addicted to sugar.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm addicted, but I'm addicted. So I'm legit addicted to coffee. I tried kicking. Remember a couple years ago when I tried getting off of coffee?
Yeah, it's in this little book you're reading right now.
Yeah, it's in my journal.
He had a journal that he was documenting every morning what the effects of no caffeine were. We should read an excerpt from it.
No, I
It's
don't-
pretty funny.
You want to read an
He would wake up at like 4 a.m. and write in this book about caffeine.
Um, let me find a day here that's not totally embarrassing.
That's gonna be hard.
This is so dumb. April 16th, 2019. It has been some time since I did my caffeine experiment. Tomorrow will be 1 month since I started drinking again. I would say I'm doing good. I have my 1 cup or so in the morning and another sometimes at work. Then after that, it's decaf for the most part. Nowhere near what I used to do. No headaches, really. Sleep good at night and decent energy throughout the day. Getting up in the morning is still tough. Actually, it sucks. That's what I actually wrote. I just might not be a morning person. I'll have to keep on working how I can become one. I hardly ever exercise. I need to start doing that also. I've been eating very moderately though lately, so that is great. That's an excerpt. So I did a
Oh, that was a pretty good one. You're
Yeah.
lucky that
Yeah,
you
I know there's
found
some
that
other ones that
non-embarrassing one
yeah,
that
right.
quickly.
So I've done a lot of experiments today. I've been on this mission of trying to be healthy for as long as I can remember, and I just can't do it. But I try really hard.
Well, I wouldn't say you try really hard.
I think about it really hard.
Someone that tries really hard hasn't been doing it for the last 10 years with
Yeah.
minimal results.
Yeah, results. Well, this kind of goes on to like that other vice I have is that you talked to me about before, about how when I want to when I have something in my head, then I just do it. You know, like I go hard,
Yeah.
but only for like a week or two. Then after,
Yeah, but you get to like the consumes your every like right now, like what do y'all watch on YouTube right now?
a lot of political stuff.
Yeah, a lot of it. And then all of a sudden one day I'll just be done with it.
every 4 years, I'm not political at all. I really don't. I didn't even really know what conservative and liberal meant up until a couple of years ago. I really didn't. I've told you that story, right?
I don't remember.
Well, actually, it was 15 years ago. We were in I was in college and we did a scavenger hunt throughout the city, and we had all these clues, and the first clue was like they told you what direction to go, right? So you were driving in your car, and the first clue was at the stop sign at let's say Washington Street. You need to take a conservative turn. Do you know which way you should turn? Do you know what way you would turn at that stop sign?
Right?
Yes, right. I didn't know that. I took a left turn. I have no idea what that meant.
Why did they even do it? Like why? Why?
What are you talking about? It was a scavenger hunt, so they had all these clues to find the.
I guess I went.
You ever do a scavenger hunt before?
Not in 20-some years to try.
Yeah, so that's how I know that conservative is
So
right
everyone
and liberal
went
is left. I didn't
right,
even know
and you
that.
went left.
Everyone, yeah, and I ended up I did not win.
Doesn't sound like you did.
Well, I don't know anything about politics. And then every year
You never
president-
told me that story.
yeah, I did. I just said it the other day.
No.
And then every year the presidential election comes around, and I'm like, I'm gonna get really into politics. I'm gonna really learn about this stuff and become a very educated voter.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Remember that one time when we brought home, was it our first kid or our second kid, and you decided it was like a great time to consume all your time with watching videos and researching stuff on like stocks.
yeah.
And I was like, wow, what an excellent time this was for you to
I
take
even
up this
signed
new
up. I
hobby.
signed up for a class.
Yeah. Freaking A, man. I was so annoyed.
Hey, ask me how many stocks I own.
How many stocks do you own?
None.
Yeah, exactly my point.
I don't own any stocks. But what are some other? So that's another vice of mine is I'm very obsessive about things like that. And then I'm on it.
And like the podcast.
What is
Like
that?
starting this podcast.
What is
that was
that supposed to mean?
that was another one of your things.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
You are doing it.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, I guess. You talked about it for a really long time. You did do that one, I guess, actually, and you are sticking with it.
I took a month
Ish.
off. People gave me some crap about it, but I just took a little break for all you haters out there. So some vices here.
Yeah, it is 10 o'clock. We should mention that. It's 10:01.
Yeah, I was very not wanting to do this tonight because we finally got our kid. We have a good kid thing going on with our kids. Day number 2.
I shouldn't say go. I should say better.
Better. We're really good parents. We're really good parents, right?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's probably worse people out there than us.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. And there's better, but there's definitely worse. But our bedtime routine has been slacking for 5 years, and we're finally putting our foot down about getting these kids to bed, and not because we would always stay in there with them.
Well, it's not really that we can't. It's not really like we're having them stay up too late. It's just that
No,
they're
yeah.
used to us laying with. They want us to lay with them till they fall asleep.
Our first
Then we end up falling asleep.
our firstborn MJ, which you all know, we all know, great kid, love him to death. But I think because he was our first kid, when he we liked laying with him at first. You know, he was 2 years old or whatever in a bed, and we would cuddle with him, and
Well, he'd fall asleep in 10 minutes at that time.
he would fall asleep in 10 minutes. But remember back in the day when he would actually tell you, like, you can leave now? Like,
Yeah.
at the very beginning?
Yeah.
But then we were like, no, we're staying here. We want to cuddle with you, you know? But then he got used to it, and now that's his vice. Hey, see how
that's
you
his
brought
big
this
vice.
back? I brought this back?
Yeah, I see you brought that
That's
back.
his vice, is he wants us to lay with him at nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is we fall asleep in there. I mean, the other day I rolled out of there at 1 o'clock in the morning.
I did too.
And you did too the next
I
night.
was with
Yeah,
and
now,
I was with,
now we have our middle daughter, Princess, we'll call her. And now she has a bed, and now she wants us to lay in there too. But we're putting our foot down, and I read something about, lay in there, read a book, say your prayers, do all whatever you do at night, and then leave. Just leave, and then say, I'll come back and check on you in 5 minutes. And then turn into 10, and then 15. And eventually, you don't have to do it. And so we're on day number 2 of doing that. So now we had time to do this podcast. But I was upstairs watching Monday Night Raw for the first time in years.
oh my God, that's such a lie. Such a lie.
I haven't seen Monday Night Raw in a long time.
Well, I don't think you missed anything.
I missed a lot. I don't even know anyone on the show. But now, I was getting into it. I'm like, I got to do this podcast for you fine people. So you're welcome. That is not a vice. Professional wrestling is not one of my vices. As in, like, it's a good thing. I love professional wrestling, and someday I'm going to talk more about that on the podcast. I just don't know if everyone can relate to it. So I'm easing into that one. Another vice. So coffee, I got to give up coffee, but I like that warm drink in the morning. Sugar, that's just terrible for you. I need to give that up, but oh my God, it's so good. These Zins, the thing is even though Zin ain't a sin, and it's actually good for you.
I wouldn't say it's good for you. That's not like the right verbiage to be using. It's not like it's like equivalent to like an apple. That's how you're acting.
It's better than an apple. It gives you energy. And anyway, I'm gonna keep doing those until my weight loss competition is over, because I don't want to stop doing them and then start eating. So I have to wean off those. But I'm gonna wait till my weight loss competition's over. I would say beer is a vice of mine, not as an alcoholic way, but but I've been doing pretty good beers lately.
Yeah.
We do live in Northeast Wisconsin, so beer is just part of our part of our culture. But another vice, night owl. I've been telling you guys about how I want to be a morning person, but I just can't do it. I just can't do it.
Do you think you're a night owl?
Yeah, I am a night owl by natural night owl.
You're not a night owl.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah. How do you figure? What am I then? I don't get up early in the morning. I'm like
Just a lazy POS.
Jesus.
I'm just kidding. For the laughs.
Oh my God.
You're not a night owl.
Yeah, I am.
All right.
The more older I get, these kids and all that work and all that stuff. Yeah, I want to go to bed at night, but I would rather stay up late than get up. I'd rather stay up late than get up early in the morning.
Yeah. Well,
But mentally, the other night I stayed up till like 1 a.m. watching Kevin Costner's new
that was
movie.
last night.
2 nights ago.
It was last night.
Oh. Which, by the way, Horizon American Saga, it's on HBO Max, is a flop for Costner.
It was?
Yeah, it was a flop. I I thought it was fine. I don't know what that everyone's
3
freaking.
hours and 2 minutes long.
It's a long
We should
movie.
add. That's only the first one.
Yeah, there's another one coming out. So Costner does long movies. We all know that. But I thought it was a fine movie. I think people probably didn't like it because it is long, and there's a lot of different stories going on. They follow like 3 different stories, and then within those 3 stories, there's like other stories. So there's a lot of stuff going on, but it's a good old fashioned western, and I like those. And I'm not into like the Marvel stuff, and I would venture to say that the Marvel movies kind of ruined cinema. I think. Your thoughts?
I don't have enough knowledge on to say anything about the Marvel movies. I've never seen one.
Me neither.
Well, Deadpool, I guess you've seen that. It's the only one.
Yeah. Deadpool 2 sucked, I thought. Have not seen Deadpool and Wolverine, but
I have no recollection of seeing it.
But I would like to know what some of your vices are. We talked the other day about envy, and I had a couple people write me and say what their envious things were. One person wrote me and said they're envious of people that can bite ice cream and bite things that are frozen.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And that was neat. You don't think about that. So why don't you guys type me a message about your vice, and if it's like smoking or something, whatever. That's not what I'm looking for here. I'm looking for a vice like well, I guess I didn't really give any like vices that are out of the ordinary, I guess.
Yeah, I would say why would smoking not, but Zyn would be fine.
Well, the thing about Zyn is I was never addicted to nicotine.
I guess.
And you know what I mean?
What if someone writes about like R-rated stuff?
Please do. That would be so cool. Please do. Speaking of writing, you guys can always find me at jkennoag@outlook.com. Cassadilla, do you want to do the nomenclature for that?
No, I actually nope. I don't want to do that.
All right, so
I put an end to that for him.
J for jackalope, K for kite, E for Edward, N for Nazi, N for Nazi, right? O for ordinary, A for average, G for guy. At outlook.com. Please send me your emails. Then you can also find us on the Facebook at the Ordinary Average Guy Podcast Show. You can send me messages on there. Speaking of messages on there, we have a message on there. Let me find it. Let me just get it to it. We have a message. I'm going to hide it from you so you can't see it because they're asking your opinion on this.
Okay.
Mr. J-Kenn. They start the message off by saying, question for your next podcast. It's a little early for me to be asking this, but I'm old and will probably forget to ask in a few months. Plus, quote unquote, early is the theme of my question. Do you think it's about pregnancy?
I don't know.
It's not.
Okay.
So my question is, how early is too early to start decorating for the holidays?
I was going to say something about Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Specifically Christmas. I'm all about giving Halloween its day in the sun, but typically my tree is going up first weekend in November. Hobby Lobby has already had Christmas decor out for a few weeks. What are your thoughts? And are they the same as Mrs. Cassadilla's? Whatever we call you. Sincerely, Christmas Kate. So, you just want to take this one?
Well,
because you just did some decorating today, didn't you, girl?
I did. For fall.
For fall.
And I contemplated putting up my Halloween stuff as well. Because it kind of, is all in one. But I was like, is it too early to put up skeletons?
September 2nd as we record this.
So usually I would, but this year I put it aside in a smaller tote, and I thought I would just get it out and put that stuff up.
You see, fall my thoughts on the Halloween and fall thing is I like what you did. I think fall. See, at our old house, we had a shelf that I would always decorate for her, and
Okay,
because
okay, hold on. We shouldn't say you would decorate it for me. He would stand on the ladder, and I would
yeah,
point and tell you where the stuff
God
goes.
forbid you go 3 rungs up on the ladder.
I don't like ladders.
So I'd always have to crawl my fat ass up there and do this shelf, and you decorated for every season, every single season,
Yep.
correct?
For that shelf, yes.
For that shelf, and
It was like built into the.
yeah, it
ceiling,
was like
one
a
of those.
open. It was like an open area in our ceiling.
And it had like outlets up there, so you could put like lights.
Yeah, it was like
Cool. I
it
do
was a
miss that
natural
shelf.
shelf. Yeah, it was a nice shelf.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get older, you think about things like that, about like your old shelf. Oh, that old shelf of mine. But I like what you did because I think fall should have its own little thing.
Right.
And then, but when would you start doing? I think October.
October 1st.
October.
That's the thing. I always, every time I always do my fall decorations, I have like half harvest themed. You know what I mean, like
Mhm.
pumpkins and that thing, and then the other half is like Halloween.
Right.
I don't really feel like they mingle. I mean,
It-
they do a little bit, but not
Right.
like give thanks and also like, you know.
Yeah. Give thanks for your
Yeah.
bountiful harvest with a Chucky doll next
Right.
to it.
And we don't go that hardcore in our Halloween decorations. It's
No,
not like
not
a
that
gore
hardcore.
scene here. But
Right. But then I would say you that was really loud.
sorry.
Then you would do Christmas when? When would you do Christmas?
We do Christmas on Black Friday always.
That's correct. Black
Mhm.
Friday. So Christmas Kate, how we do it and I think we're together on this is
I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't even remember like asking your opinion ever. Like, I was just like, this is what we're doing.
There you go. There you heard it. It's
Well,
on,
just saying,
it's
like,
and it's recorded.
Yeah.
Too.
yeah, but now I'm curious, like, what would you have done, or what did your mom do growing up? Because I know nowadays she doesn't get her tree up sometimes until like 2 weeks before Christmas.
I like letting I Christmas Kate, I hate to go against you here, but I think the first weekend in November is a little too early for Christmas stuff.
Well, one thing that we should think about is that we do a real tree. We get a real tree in the beginning of November.
Right, we do.
It probably wouldn't last. I like
Real
to do
tree.
it to New Year's. It wouldn't last that
Mhm.
long.
That's right.
So if I had a fake tree, but I still don't think I would do November.
It's okay. Here's the deal. You have that's the great thing about the holiday season. You got and we start our holiday, or we're gonna this year. I'm gonna talk about it in a later episode, but this holiday season is gonna be awesome. It's gonna start at Halloween. We're gonna go all out, not all out like our decorations, but we're gonna celebrate Halloween, celebrate Thanksgiving, and we're going to then celebrate Christmas, and we're gonna go out and do stuff around the town. And we're gonna have a great time.
Last year too.
No, but not as good. Now that
We
our
did
kids,
it pretty good last year. I thought, and I remember I made you do some stuff, and you were like, "Man," I was like, "Doing it."
yeah, but
Only
now that
3 weekends before Christmas.
because my half pint, half pint was so little last year. It was such a pain, and it was so cold. Like it was cold.
Yeah, it is cold. It's December in Wisconsin.
That's true.
Like a
But-
fairy.
Jeez. Yes, tell them we're trying to. Oh boy. Oh boy. You didn't read the handbook. Anyway, so what I'm getting at here, Christmas Kate, is I know stores get their stuff out early, but see the thing is, and I know people get very upset about that. But you got to beat the rush when you're in retail. And you know this. I know who you are. You were in retail. You got to get the stuff out there. You got to be the first one on you got to be the first one. Otherwise, if Target's got all their stuff out and Kohl's doesn't, everyone's going to Target, right? Am I right?
Well, I think everyone's going to Target either way, but
Target's Target is the dominant store.
And just to piggyback off of that, I have a question for anyone, women probably, that do listen to the show. Christmas pajamas. How are you guys getting these things? I remember last year I think I got them in October, and I thought I was like, oh, I'm way ahead of the game. I'm getting them in October. I couldn't find anything in everybody's size that matched. It was impossible. And then I remember, I think I don't know, asked a couple of people, and they were like, oh, we get those in August. And then I looked a couple weeks ago, and I couldn't find anybody that had the Christmas pajamas out.
Interesting.
So when do we get the Christmas pajamas? What month?
And also write in if you still want her as a co-host.
Why?
Is this the kind of content you all want? Christmas pajamas? Jesus.
It's just a quick side note. I just had to be thinking about the pajamas.
I would say
And
no,
why, that should be an unpopular opinion. Like, why did that even become a thing?
because
Pajama thing.
people like you are looking for them in August already, and
Well,
obviously
yeah, but I
there's.
just do it because everyone else does it.
Oh, okay. Would you? Okay. All right. Would you jump off a cliff if all your friends were doing it? Yeah.
You usually want to talk about that.
I would definitely jump off a cliff.
Yeah, I know.
Without a
I
doubt.
know you would. I was like,
If all my, like people would say, "Oh, you jump off a cliff." Yes, I would. If all my friends were jumping off a cliff, I'd be right there. I'd be like, "Is this? Will I lose 10 pounds if I do this?"
oh, geez.
I'll be the first one. Be watching videos on how to jump off cliffs. I'll be really good at it. All right.
Anyway, so we should ask back to Christmas Kate though. Does she keep her tree up until New Year's, or how long?
Yeah.
That's a long Christmas season. I like Christmas, but when it's done, I'm ready to put it away.
That's
like
where
after New Year's Day, I'm like, let's pack it up.
that's where you and I differ. I love Christmas. I love it, and I'm not gonna lie to you. When Christmas is done, see, I listen to the Christmas music in the car from Thanksgiving, right? We have radio stations that play Christmas music. And then when it's I was whistling a Christmas song the other day in the office, and they're like, "Is that a Christmas song?" I'm like, "Yeah, you're goddamn right it is." I love Christmas.
We play it on Alexa every day. My girls love to dance to it.
Yeah, and if anything, we probably keep our stuff up too long. Even though you want to take it down, we like our neighbors have their trees out December 26th. They have them out on the front yard.
Yeah, I do feel like we were the last one, and we got it down like it was a couple days after New Year's, which usually is.
It's sad.
Yeah,
Taking it down. It's sad. I don't like it.
I just kind of want to get my house back in order because then with like Christmas and all like the new toys, it's just like there's just so much clutter. It seems like.
So, yeah, Christmas Kate. When do you take it down? And is it a real tree?
I'm guessing not.
I'm guessing not too. But that's an unpopular that's an unpopular opinion of mine. I think everyone's doing these.
The Christmas tree farms open that early.
And guess what I'm saying is that a lot of people are doing fake trees, and I would challenge you to get a real tree. A real tree. You gotta water it. You gotta take care of it. You gotta vacuum the needles. That's what Christmas is all about, right? A real tree.
We water it and we vacuum the needles.
No, I didn't say we. I do. I do it all.
Uh-huh.
And then your house smells so great when you put that tree up.
I was actually just gonna say that I don't think the house smells at all. Does it, or do you just get used to it?
I think you smell it for like a day. It's like those goddamn Christmas tree air fresheners you put in your car.
Yeah.
You smell it for a day and then it goes away.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what their motto should be. One hell of a day, then it goes away. So let's see if we have any emails. I doubt it because obviously none of my listeners know how to work a computer. Nope. I just got an email from Podbean. Another bullshit email. Let's get rid of that. Oh, hopefully I can find that email. Shit.
What?
From last week. Big Al. I remember it. She had a question. She has 3 kids. Two or three kids, right? And
yeah, it was hilarious.
Hey, you were a big fan of that.
Yeah.
That writer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, we should be friends because you sound funny.
But the question that she had for you was hobbies. Right now, she just has a drinking hobby, and she's wondering if she should, or if there's any other hobbies that she could do or that she should look into as a.
There's no hobbies. truth. She's got 3 kids that are younger than ours, right?
3 or 2, I can't remember.
Well, either way, I think it was like about the same age difference as what ours were. But wasn't the youngest one a baby? Are you sure it wasn't on Messenger?
No, I guarantee it was an email. But I can't
Well,
find it on my
either way.
phone. Because it was long ago.
No, I think it's too hard. I had all these ideas. I was gonna do all this stuff. I didn't do crap.
What were you gonna do?
I don't know. I mean, just anything. It's either you have to, let your house totally go to shit, or keep up on the housework and have no extra time to do anything else.
That's a vice of yours. A vice of yours is constantly cleaning.
Yeah, I guess that probably would be.
Yeah, it's annoying as all hell.
Well, yeah, but you know what's also not annoying? Living in a pigsty.
Yeah, but we
Not
don't
living in a
we don't
pigsty.
we don't live in a pigsty.
Yeah, but if I didn't constantly clean.
Here's my thing, and people, listeners, ask me tell me if I'm wrong. But if you have toys, if we're all going to bed, and the toys are on the floor, and I'm not talking like the whole toy room is out in the living room, just some of the favorites, and they're gonna play with them in the morning as soon as they get up.
They won't. That's the thing, is they won't play with them in the morning. They just get out new toys. And then I got double the amount of toys out.
Nah, you would know, I guess. What do I know? So you can't help this girl out at all. There's no hobbies. There's no hobbies for her to do.
Well, I don't know. I mean, do I have a hobby?
You joined the moms.
Well, yeah, I
Cole.
did. Yeah, I did. Yeah. Is that really a hobby though?
It seems like it. You're always doing stuff on the computer.
Well, it's just because that's my leadership role, but yeah. I mean, I would say that it's an international group, so you should look in your area if there is one. Is she in Manitowoc area?
I have no idea.
Well, if she's in Appleton, come on over. Just kidding. But yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know. I like it. I went into it and I didn't know anybody, and I was totally outside my comfort zone.
Because you're an introvert, right? What would you say?
I'll say I'm an introvert, extrovert.
Introvert, extrovert.
Both.
That's what I am too. I'm an introvert, extrovert too. I'm actually an introvert. I don't really care for talking to strangers, but when I'm around people that I am comfortable with, then that's when my extrovertness shines.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, agree with that probably. But yeah, I don't know. I just reached out to them and I went to one of their things and signed up.
Well, there you go. So there you go. There's things out there. You can do play dates and all that stuff. So that answers that question from last week. Perfect. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this week's unpopular opinion, and I think this is going to be an unpopular opinion for sure. I might. People are very passionate about this.
You might get an email about this one.
I'm kind of done with the craft beer, guys. I'm done with it. And the reason is because these flavors that they're coming out with, like I wrote some things down here, like pineapple beer, like it's pineapple or grapefruit.
Is it a sour or is that like a?
I don't know. It just said pineapple on it, grapefruit or like chocolate, or even like when I was younger, out of my whole friend group, I was the first one to brew beer. Right? I was gonna be this craft beer guy. And then I was like, and then so I bought all the stuff, right? I bought all the books.
Oh, I know. We still have the books. I'm trying to get him to get rid of the books.
And then I did it one time.
Yep.
And I never did it again.
He invested a shit ton of money. Yep.
So anyway, what I'm getting at is that, and then like if we go out to eat or something, and like if I do drink a craft beer, I like IPAs or pale ales. I have to order a pale ale because IPAs, they're like these hazy ones and they're so like juicy, and I don't like that. I don't want juicy juice. I want a beer, and I like hoppy, like good old Cascadian hops, and they put these goddamn this grapefruit in there, and I just don't get it. I don't understand why they're doing that. And there's so many craft breweries around that everyone's got to be authentic or whatever. But the thing is that, and if you're listening, I'm talking to you. If I'm drinking a Busch Light, here's the deal. just drinking water. All right, it's been said 25 million times already. You don't have to say it anymore. If you see a person drinking a Busch Light, Bud Light, Miller Light, Coors Light, and you're drinking some fancy ass craft beer, don't say, "Hey, how's your water?" Don't do it. It's been overdone. It's maybe funny the first time. It's not funny anymore. It's a dumb joke. Don't do it. It's stupid. Are you with me?
Well, yeah, but I never I don't like any craft beer, so I
Right.
I really feel like I can't chime in here because
No, why don't you like craft beer?
I can't stand any taste of any craft beer except for sour beers. That's the only thing that I can drink.
Which I think might be grapefruit beers.
Yes.
See, the thing is I would say that's not even really like our forefathers. They weren't drinking grapefruit beer. They were drinking pilsners and lagers and ales and bocks and shit like that. Not this fruity shit. Even like when Busch Light came out with like the apple Busch Light and the peach Busch Light, like I was like, what are you doing, Busch Light? Come on, don't do that shit.
Yeah.
Stick to what's.
People really like that apple stuff.
Yeah, people did. People did like it.
I don't know if I ever tried it.
Not me.
I can't imagine you would like that.
Nuh-uh. I said, I'm not doing it.
You don't like fruit. Why would you like an apple-flavored beer?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Maybe that's why I'm so against this stuff. But that's my unpopular opinion.
And you should say that it's more expensive.
It's more expensive.
And a lot more calories.
A lot more calories.
Bigger hangover.
Yeah, and
quicker drunk. Well, I guess that may be a good thing, but I always.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't it just feel like heavy in your stomach though? I mean,
every year when we go to Oktoberfest, when we did, which we do usually, and they only have craft beers down there, and
they only have craft beers.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't. I drink down there, and I don't drink craft beers. You gotta go to that separate. They have separate.
Well, they have like October. Like I do like the Oktoberfest style beer. I do enjoy it. The thing is you get so hammered so quick, and you're just shit faced. And I don't know. I mean, I like getting drunk as much as the next guy, but not like 2 drinks.
Right. Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I like alcohol over other types of mind stuff that makes your mind, like drugs.
Yeah.
Because you can kind of ease into a drunk. When you do like heroin or something, it's like boom, right?
I have no idea.
Or like when you do some coke, it's like, hey, you're flying high, man. From what I read, I don't know. I'm not that cool. But that's my unpopular opinion. The craft beer thing, man. And I tried doing the 6-packs, and mixing them and shit like that. I'm just kind of over it. I just get the old 30-pack of Busch Light. Boom. You're gonna have a good time. You're gonna have a good time. That is the unpopular opinion. I am very excited for this week's song of the week. Extremely excited. I'm probably most excited about this song than I have been for the previous 12. I want the notebook to be loud so people know that I'm doing research on this stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, the song of the week. The song itself is a fine song, but I'm more excited about the band because I've never heard of these guys. And I was driving down the road with the radio up and the windows down, baby, and the wind blowing through my hair. And all of a sudden, this song came on the radio and I never heard.
What station was it on?
It was on that.
Fuse?
Yeah. And the song is "Sad in Carolina." Okay, "Sad in Carolina" by the band Dexter and the Moon Rocks. Okay, and these guys are just a good old-fashioned rock band. I'm talking bass guitar, rhythm guitar, drums, singer. The songs are... So then I listened to the song, right? It's called "Sad in Carolina" by Dexter and the Moon Rocks. Look it up. You will not be upset that you have. The reason why I'm so excited about this, though, is because I looked up the band and I listened to the song again because it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I was, windows down, radio up, even louder, baby. And but then the next song came on, and that was a good song too. And then the next song came on, that was a good song too. And I don't remember the last time that I listened to a record start to finish.
Right. Yeah, I don't either.
And I did with these guys, start to finish. I listened to the whole thing. Look them up, Dexter and the Moon Rocks. It's good stuff. Good stuff. And cool art too, like the art. That's another thing that's in. You don't see that anymore, right? Back in the day with records, you saw art on the record.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
CDs, you still kind of had that.
Yeah.
You had like the pamphlet and book and all that.
Yep.
Nowadays with the goddamn internet and the computers, you don't
Yeah,
get
just
that
one
anymore.
little picture and the little
Yeah.
thumbnail.
Yeah, a little bit. But these, you look this guy up on YouTube or this band on YouTube, and they have like cool.
Like visualizers on their videos or what?
Well, they had funny
They-
music videos, but they just like the it was just like a picture, but it was just a really cool picture. It was actually a picture of a guy, like in front of a camper on the moon, smoking a cig.
Sweet.
And MJ was watching it with me. He's like, "Dad, why is that guy smoking a cigarette?" I said, "I don't know, man. I don't know." So watch if you've got kids around or whatever, you want to keep them away from that stuff. That's like they had a cigarette. But Dexter and the Moon Rocks, Sad in Carolina. Check it out. All right, that is this week's episode. We need to get to bed. Hope you guys had a great long weekend, a great Labor Day. Alrighty, talk to you later.